Hey guys, Ultra Maximus official merchandise is now available on my Spring store. Help support the channel and shop by clicking the link below. Oh, hey look, it's Franklin Gala. You're fucked.
Yes! Let this be our final battle!
You suck.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back with another toy review, and today we've got another Masterverse figure. It's the 1987 movie Skeletor figure. Now, this is something I was highly anticipating. I skipped out on the Super 7 version of this, and I gotta say, this looks amazing. I regretted missing the first one, but I think this one looks better. I think it does. So let's go ahead and jump in there and take a look at the packaging. So here we have the 87 movie Skeletor in the packaging. It's got Masterverse up there, it says Skeletor down there. All of his accessories in the package. Side of the package just says He-Man. This side's got some really nice artwork of Skeletor there. And just a close-up, there's the Masterverse logo, as usual. And there we have Skeletor in the box with all of his goodies, including the Cosmic Key. And then it says Masters of the Universe down there at the bottom. There's his sword. This side, it's got Skeletor. This side over here, some really wicked artwork, movie-style artwork. I'm definitely digging that for sure. Nice and evil looking. Back of the package, very cool. We've got artwork of Skeletor right up all the other figures in the wave. These are the only other two figures that I've picked up out of this wave thus far. But here is a write-up. If you want to pause and read this, you are more than welcome to. And then we've got Skeletor in front of the Castle Grayskull Universal Portal. There he is with his sword, looking very cool. And then all the other figures in this wave. Yeah, definitely digging the package here. And the cool thing about the package, if you have both of these figures, you can actually turn them around and put them together, and we get a full piece of artwork. So you've got the nice arch and the window to the universe, the final scene in Masters of the Universe. This looks fantastic. I love the way that comes together. Makes me want to keep the box art. I would love to see a poster of this at some point. It just looks amazing. So here we have Skeletor out of the packaging, and he looks pretty darn cool, I have to say. I love the look of this figure. Looks great. I love the fact that he's got this cloth cape. Very, very cool. It's a little more purple than I remember from the movie, but it was filmed in the 80s and just darker film tone. But it seemed more black to me on film, but the purples definitely come out. We got a lot of accessories. I definitely dig that. So looking at his sword first, here we have his sword. I guess this is version of the Power Sword. Gets his bat and skull motif at the bottom. Big fat black handle, silver blade. And just to bring in He-Man's Power Sword for comparison, out of the same wave, same exact blade, we just have different hilts down at the bottom. One is gold and painted brown on the handle. So yeah, two different hilts. Similar design, but both different. One good, one evil. So that's pretty darn cool. Now, the big accessory here is the Cosmic Key. Gotta have that with Skeletor. I love the big red button, the little strap. We got the keys there. I'm not real big on this purple bit at the top. I'm not sure why they painted that purple. I would have liked to have seen some black wash on this. That would have been very, very cool. But yeah, not too terribly bad. He comes with some additional hands. So he's got his grippy hands, which are on him, and then he's got a fist hand. I love how it's got kind of the skeletal pieces and the little fingernails at the bottom. The open hand really shows that off. That was very prominent on his gloves, which was very cool. So This hand's really geared to hold the cosmic key if you want to cradle it in his arms. So very cool. But yeah, I love the little silver paint apps on all the fingertips. I think that looks really, really nice. And then, of course, we've got the ultimate accessory, his Havoc staff. So let's take this out of his hand real quick. Put Skeletor back there. So here's the Havoc staff. Looking cool. I like the black wash on it. Looks a lot like it did in the movie. Just kind of a black stick. But yeah, definitely cool. Now to compare this Havoc staff with another Havoc staff, let's look at the God Skeletor Havoc staff from Super 7. So just to compare the two, one's gold, one's gray. They are sculpted different. I think the Super 7 one's got a little bit more detail in it. But yeah, one's basically gold, one's black and kind of gunmetal. So yeah, there's a comparison between the two if you want to kind of check those out. And then articulation for this figure. So the head's on a ball joint, goes up and down, but it's really kind of limited on the movement because of the plastic hood back there, which is a little unfortunate. Look at this nice cloth cape. I definitely dig that. Looks very cool, very nice and shiny. Digging that. There's the armor underneath. We've got a diaphragm joint at the top that works really well. Doesn't really have a waist. The arms do move up and down and around. They're a little hampered by the armor. Double jointed elbow. I definitely dig that. We've got twists at the wrists and hinge joints. The legs kick about that far forward. They don't go back much. They don't splay out too much because of the armor. We do have a twist at the upper boot. Double jointed knee right there. And then we got a hinge at the foot. And he's got that crazy ankle rocker pivot we love! With this being his widest possible stance with both feet still flat on the floor. Now, taking a closer look at the figure itself, this is gorgeous. I love this figure. I love the sculpt. The head is near perfect. It looks like Frank Langella's face in that movie, in the makeup. Love the white bone and the wash. The armor looks good. It's a nice metallic-y purple. It does look cool. We get the black cape and the black hood, or really dark purple, I'm not really sure. But yeah, this thing looks sinister. It looks wicked, and it looks like he walked off the screen. Now, taking a look at the midsection of the figure, again, sculpted really well. We got the gold piece on his back. The armor looks good. His gauntlets look good. The painted buttons. We got the metal skeleton-type hand armor on the gloves with the fingertips. That purple looks really, really nice, and we got the skulls going down, the little kind of leather hanging pieces that look really cool. Again, very cool, very purpley, but I feel like it's a little too bright compared to what we saw in the film. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure, again, the armor skirted plates look good, all the detail, that cloth cape just looks awesome. And then we've got the feet and the armor on the boots, the kind of silver painted armor pieces there on the boots, just looks really, really nice. Just an overall gorgeous job on sculpt and paint and the cloth goods. For comparison, here we have the Masterverse 1987 movie Skeletor figure next to the Super 7 God Skeletor from the 87 movie, and these look gorgeous side by side. I had to pick up the 87 Super 7 version of this to go with this particular Skeletor. They look great. I will say that the Masterverse figure is just ever slightly taller. You can really tell it in the shoulders, and the Masterverse actually has more articulation than the Super 7 figure does, which is kind of interesting. But I really hope we get the God Skeletor for the Masterverse line. If not, you're going to have to pay a pretty good price for the Super 7 version, but they look gorgeous sitting side by side. Now is the Masterverse 1987 movie Skeletor, something that you want in your Motu collection? I'm going to say yes. If you're a Masterverse fan, you're going to want this. If you're a Skeletor completist, you're going to want this. If you are a fan of the old 87 movie, you're definitely want to get this. If you missed the Super 7 version, you really want to get this because it's about the third of the price of what it's going for right now. And quite frankly, I think that this is a better sculpt than the Super 7. There's more articulation on it, and the head sculpt just looks light years better when you look at them side by side. It's definitely a beautiful likeness of the late, great Frank Langella. And yeah, I am in love with this figure. So there he is! The 1987 He-Man and the Masters of the Universe movie, Skeletor. Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos, and follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.